Hello again. We start with our developing story. It's about 2.5 hours ago now that an earthquake was reported in central Italy. It was close to the city of Perugia. It was a shallow one as well. It was magnitude 6.2, just 10 kilometers in depth it was. It was felt, the tremors, as far away as Rome to the south, Venice to the north. The mayor of the town of Amatrice has told Italian TV that some buildings have collapsed there and the people are trapped under the rubble. Police are saying that 2 people have died so far. Some news agencies are saying the casualties are more already. Our correspondent in Rome is James Reynolds. James, bring us up to date, please.
Let's take it from the beginning. The earthquake happened at 3:36 Italian time. We felt it here in Rome. It woke people up, giving you an idea that if we could feel it here, imagine what it would have been like about 110 miles northeast of here, 150 kilometers northeast of here. The person who's been speaking the most in the last hour or so has been the mayor of that town of Amatrice, the one you've just referenced. He did tell Italian TV half the village is gone, but he also said that he didn't know for sure. That's because it was still dark when he spoke. He also said that roads were cut off as well. So I think in order to get a true understanding of the scale of what has happened, we'll have to wait for 2 things. We'll have to wait for the arrival of dawn, of light, so that people there can simply look around them and see how bad the damage is. And we'll also have to wait for the arrival of emergency response teams who'll be able to assess just how many buildings may or may not have been damaged and just how many people may or may not be unaccounted for.
There are also reports of some very strong aftershocks. Some people saying that one of the aftershocks could even be classified as an earthquake. Did you feel any of those in Rome?
I did. I felt it 58 minutes after the initial earthquake. And by that stage, quite a few people in Rome, I imagine, were already awake and wondering what was happening. And anecdotally, it felt about the same level of tremor that the one that we felt an hour before. So clearly, aftershocks are not uncommon. But I think, nevertheless, that would have been felt with a lot more seriousness further north in that Apennine area, which is an area of repeated seismic activity.
Yes, the Apennine Mountains that you refer to. And of course, James, these towns, these villages, even cities like Perugia, I mean, they have buildings which are centuries old. And many of the towns, they don't seem to have the infrastructure that could deal with such an earthquake because they're not modern towns at all. This is hardly Tokyo.
No, but of course we need to try to work out the difference between ancient and modern and the difference between well-built buildings and buildings which are badly built. In some cases around the world when there have been earthquakes, it turns out that buildings which were constructed many years ago, which have been renovated since then, managed to survive. But newer, more rickety structures which have somehow evaded earthquake codes are the ones which go down. So in other words, you need to look at the exact specifications of the buildings, not necessarily the year in which they were constructed.
We know that you're going to be on the road going to the area shortly, but what about the central government? Is there any news of any assistance being sent to that area?
We heard pretty immediately after the earthquake that an emergency response team was activated, and we would understand that certainly teams will be heading to areas to try to make sure that roads are passable. And we already understand in Amatrice, people have been told to leave their homes.
One positive may be the timing of the earthquake. I mean, it's a strange thing to say that it could be a positive, but the Italians have this national holiday in August in which most people actually leave their homes and they just go away for almost the whole month.
Yes, although that is mostly people here in Rome, because it is so hot here in Rome that people go to the coast, or indeed Romans go to the Apennine Mountains where it is cooler. So it might be that even if some local people left, that there will be tourists, not just from Italy, but from other areas who think that Umbria and the Lazio region in the Apennine Mountains were a wonderful place to spend the summer. So it might not necessarily be the case that these areas were less populated than usual. We shall have to see.
And just finally, James, any latest information on any casualties? 2 confirmed, but some news agencies saying already 6 people may have died.
The earlier figure I've got is the only one I can confirm, with the police saying that 2 people have been killed. But clearly, once light comes, once emergency response teams get to those isolated areas, we'll be able to update you.
James Reynolds, thank you very much indeed. James will be travelling to the region. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with everything as it comes to us. In fact, we can speak to Sabrina Sbermola, who's in the village of Arquata del Tronto. Sabrina, this is a small village. Where are you exactly? Which part of the country?
Allora, we are in the south part of Marche region, 30 kilometers from Ascoli Piceno. At the moment, I'm in a little village called Camartina, but I know that for sure we had 2 people died in the location called Arquata del Tronto. That is the municipality. So we have so many houses damaged, destroyed, and people is on the street. Jesus.
Sabrina, you obviously sound scared. So you're in the open now with lots of other people,
yes,
are
we
you?
Are, we are so many people, outside waiting for, and we heard all the time the aftershocks. We had the first one. It was the biggest, 6 magnitude and 2. And it was so long. It was something like L'Aquila in 29.
In 2009. Sabrina, are you okay to continue talking to us? If it's difficult for you, we will leave it there, okay? We want to respect the fact that you are spending time with us when you will have clearly more important things to think about. Are you okay?
I am. I'm a little bit scared because it was very, very bad. Incredible. I never heard something like that.
How long did it last?
I don't know. Quanto tempo è durato? We don't know, but everyone said that it was too long.
And in the area where you are, the immediate area, the neighborhood, are all the buildings standing?
The many buildings crashed down. We are very near to Amatrice, and the Amatrice municipality, it isn't anymore. We heard the TG, and they said have so many problems, all people in the street, no more buildings, and the little villages are, stopped because they come to work.
Yes, the TG you refer to being the news channel.
Right.
What sort of assistance, what sort of help are you getting right now?
Sorry?
What sort of help, what kind of assistance is there for you?
We are waiting for the police and, all the people. I don't know in English the name, but everyone that can help the sector specialized in this kind of problems.
Where were you staying when the earthquake hit?
I was sleeping in my home with my family, and I couldn't open the door. I had my daughters in the other side. It was very, very bad. So I went out without clothes. I was, escaping, running with my husband and my daughters, and I came to Camartina, a little village, because I had my husband's mother here. She's on holiday in this place. We have so many tourists, everywhere, because we live the high season at the moment. And I knew also that I'm a local guide, and we have a fortress up there, up in Arquata del Tronto, and it is damaged a lot.
Sabrina, while we are talking to you, we are seeing the first pictures that we are getting from Rai News 24, and we can see some of the damage. That kind of damage, presumably...
I don't know exactly what kind, because I stopped in this place, and I see some houses that, they are destroyed completely.
Yes.
But I can't move. I don't know exactly what happened all around, because I'm still here. I can't move at the moment. I'm waiting for the police and everyone to help.
And that means, of course, you won't want to go back to your home because...
I can't go because my home is damaged. I can't open the door. All the windows are damaged. I can't come there now.
And if you stay where you are, you will need water, people will need food.
In open air, in this village called Camartina, there is a little square, and everyone is here.
Sabrina, thank you very much indeed. We wish you lots of luck, okay? Please take care. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Sabrina Spermola there speaking to us from one of the areas affected by the earthquake, and saying that in Arquata del Tronto, in a small village there, that she believes that 2 people have died, and you could clearly hear the emotion in her voice, saying that she had never experienced anything like it, not even able to recall how long the earthquake lasted. But of course, at 3:30 in the morning, she'd been sleeping along with her family, and telling us that her home itself had been damaged, and that she had actually moved to another village. And she is speaking to us from outdoors, where people had gathered to try to keep safe from any falling or damaged buildings. We will keep you right up to date with everything that comes to us from Italy.